As you've probably guessed from previous episodes, I've been dealing with the overwhelming amount of stress over the last probably 2 months or so. There's 4 items that have been really stressing me out. 2 of those have pretty much been resolved. One was the Colorado Department of Motor Vehicles that had a block on my license. That took just months to resolve and just finally was resolved here recently. I'll link an episode above, which was the beginning of that, hitting a bear in Colorado, which all of that happened. Item number 2 is the dental work that I've been getting, being up in Moab and having a cracked molar. And that has led to 4 dental appointments down with a Mexican dentist that has been just wonderful. I've had 3 of those appointments. My 4th appointment is tomorrow, so that is just about to be resolved. But there's 2 items still left on the plate that are stressing me out. The most recent one just happened this last Friday. I purchased QuickBooks, which is an accounting software, online for the Macintosh, which is my computer, and I bought it from a place called QuickBooks Mall. So late Friday, early Saturday, they sent over the license number for me to be able to register the software, and I kept getting errors with doing the online registration. Just this morning, I called Intuit to find out what was going on, and I recorded the conversation, which is not a problem here because it was a 2-party consent. And so here's a clip of me talking with their claims department, talking about the scam that I was involved with. So just to repeat what you were saying, so you're telling me that as a representative from Intuit, from QuickBooks, that the company QuickBooksMall.com, that I purchased the Intuit QuickBooks Mac 2019 software, that they're not a valid company, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And the license number that I purchased is not a valid license number, that this company sold me a license that's not valid, that I cannot use. Is that correct?
Yes.
I see. And what are my options right now with my credit card company? I have to call them and ask them to dispute the charge. Is that correct?
Yes. That's your only option.
Okay. And what is Intuit's policy for dealing with fraudulent companies like this, like QuickBooks Mall? What do we do about them?
Okay, actually what we can do here is that in our system, once that we found out that this is a fraudulent activities, automatically our system will, since that when I try to place the license number, it shows here already that this is a fraudulent. Our system will detect that this is already a fraudulent license.
I see. Okay. Well, I will contact my bank. I'm sad and disappointed that you're not able to send me an email or a text message or written notification that this is a false company so that I have a way to prove it. I guess I will have to take it up with my bank. Thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so thanks so much for calling Intuit QuickBooks Pro and Premier. My name is Ryan, and Intuit QuickBooks is here to back you up. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Basically, I was sold software with an illegal license, and so I've had to contest this, and it has just been difficult to file all of these reports and paperwork and electronic forms and everything else to try to figure this thing out. So anyway, don't buy from QuickBooksMall.com. It's definitely a scam. And that leaves the last item on the table, which is problems with my tenant down in Florida in one of my rental properties. The tenant vacated the property, left all of their belongings in there. My management company changed the locks, and then we had to pay to remove everything out of there. I will say that the management company has been great at working with the tenant's mother, who was a co-signer on the lease, to get funds to move everything out of there to get the rent paid. I was paid for rent on April and paid again for rent in May. So I'm very, very thankful to the management company for taking care of that. The things that have been really stressful for me are the estimates that are coming in for repairs to the property. Right now it is over $18,000 with probably another $1,000 to $2,000 worth of items that I don't have quotes for. So it's hovering in the ballpark of $20,000 that the management company wants for repairs of the property. So obviously that's way beyond my budget, and so I would have to be looking at filing for insurance claims, which I don't believe is possible. The other option is to take out a loan, a home equity loan, to pay for these repairs. And then the other option, which is item number 3, which is what I'm going for, is I've decided to drive down to Florida, and so I can get eyes on and see what's going on with this and see exactly what repairs are needed. So $20,000, I think it's worth it for me to take several days to drive down there and look at the property and see what's going on. I apologize for the wind noise. I am just leaving my step van right now. I'm down near the border of Mexico and New Mexico, near Deming, New Mexico. And today I'm traveling down across the border to have some Mexican food, to have sort of a brunch type thing. This is the RV park that I'm at right now. Every week on Tuesday morning they gather and do a little caravan down across the border. And apparently in the winter months it's 50, 60 people. But today probably a dozen people going down to get brunch. Should be fun. I'm going to get a ride with somebody else because I don't want to drive this step van down there. It just makes sense. There's probably a dozen people or so going, mostly retirees here. Should be a fun experience. My ride has arrived. I'm going to hop in. Sitting here with Jerry. He's my ride today, and I've asked him to explain what we're doing.
Every week, and we've been doing this since 1996, on Tuesday we drive 30 miles south and cross the border and go to our favorite restaurant, the Pink Store. Pink Store is it's a restaurant. It's also a gift shop. It has everything that you could possibly imagine. That's all made in Mexico. Everything from dishes to wall hangings to just about anything that you can think of. But it's owned by a family actually out of El Paso, Texas. Were born in Mexico, but they all are U.S. citizens now, and they're just like family to us. They're of course all speak very good English, and we just really enjoy ourselves going down there. So it's just a tradition that we've been doing for a lot of years.
Walking across the border, and I just had a shocking realization that I forgot to bring my passport, but I do have my driver's license with me. Jerry's telling me that it'll be just fine coming back with my driver's license, and I'm crossing my fingers that he is correct. I suspect that he's right. It is just so easy to go back and forth here at the border. I think things will be just fine, and I've gone through here twice before, so I should be in the system. Everything should be fine. Crossing my fingers. Walking through the border now, headed to the Pink Store. Over there, that is the Pink Store. I have a step van here right on the curb. Looks like a Chevy, but sort of fun. Oh, it says step van on the side. How cool is that? This is the inside of the Pink Store. All sorts of little knickknacks and everything that you could possibly want as an American tourist coming down to Mexico. This is the restaurant area. It is just a huge, giant area with, I don't know, dozens of tables here and a big glass area leading out to a patio. Quite nice. If you do come to the Pink Store, they give you one free drink with your meal here, and the traditional drink to get is a margarita. It's in a small glass, but it's free with your meal. Just finished our meal. I've got to go pay the bill. It's really excellent. Love the food down here. It's only $7. We're headed back. I'll know in just a few minutes if they're going to let me back through the border. It's a little bit of intimidation here. You know, I've never really crossed a border without a passport, other than in Europe where you're in the Schengen zone and you just travel from country to country without having to worry about that. But here it could be an issue, particularly right now as things get heightened for passing back over. I might be getting mistaken for being a Mexican, who knows. I just passed through. It took 5 seconds. He just typed in my ID number and just waved me through. Absolutely no problem. I don't know why I was even worried. I should have just trusted Jerry here. You know what you're talking about, Jerry. Thank you. You bet. Just as I'm wrapping up this video, I discovered an article, really fantastic article on NPR, National Public Radio, on their website, and it's all about dealing with stress and cultivating joy in your life. Running out of room to record it and talk about it on this video, but please stay tuned, come back, look at the next video. If you were ever stressed out in situations or looking for ways to cultivate joy, this is an excellent article. So in the next episode, I'll be talking about that and going through the article and about the 8 points. Sort of wish it was 7, but it's 8 points. And how I'm trying to implement that in my life to get through these various items that have been stressing me out. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Savor the moment, and I'll see you in the next video.